Alright, so we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 together because they're all transformations. So we just want to state the transformations in the correct order. Correct order means left to right. So on number 1, what's the first transformation you see? Vertical shrink by 1/2, right? Because we see the 1/2 is on the outside of the parentheses, on the very outside. That means it's going to be a vertical stretch or shrink, and it's a shrink because the number is less than 1. All right, now we look on the inside. What's the next transformation we see?
Shift right 3.
Right here, right? That is shift to the right 3. Okay, and then we've just got one more transformation right here, and what is that going to be? Right, so down 6. Right, so that was simple enough. Let's go to number 2 then. Okay, so number 2 might be a little tricky because you see the 12 in front, but really, I can just take that away and put it at the end, plus 12. And then now we know what it is, right? So that's just to see if you can actually identify that. They're just adding 12 right there. Okay, so let's go from left to right then. What is the very first transformation here? Reflect over x, right? This negative sign outside the parentheses tells us to reflect over the x-axis. What is the next transformation? Vertical stretch. Okay, right? So the 9/2 is outside of the parentheses, so we know it's a vertical stretch or shrink. And how did you know it's a stretch? Because it's a fraction, so why isn't it a shrink? Because it's a fraction, but yes, that fraction is greater than 1, so it's going to be a vertical stretch. All right, what is the next transformation you see? Wait, this is the same. Right 3. And then lastly, we've got this one on the outside now. Up 12, that's right. Good. And so now let's go on to the last one. The last one might be confusing because you see the double set of parentheses. But remember, you have to have double sets of parentheses when you have a horizontal stretch or shrink and a horizontal shift. So what does this very first 1/5 tell us right there? Horizontal because it's inside parentheses. So it's going to be stretch or shrink. And then how did you know it's a stretch and not a shrink? Right, it's less than 1, and horizontal is opposite of vertical. Normally, less than 1 would be a shrink, but with horizontal, it's a stretch. So it's a horizontal stretch by what?
5.
By 5, right, because you can't stretch by 1/5. That would be actually shrinking it, right? So you flip it over, and it's by 5. Okay, what is the next transformation we see? Right 3. And then the last transformation out here? Up 9. Very good. Boom.